I think if I hear you call me Becky one more time, six-pack, I'm gonna pop your tops. All six of them.
Who are you?
Hey, this is Matt once again. We're about to another review. This was a request from Devon. Thank you so much for that. A request can be done either directly to my PayPal or joining me on my Patreon. Both links are down below in the info box. It'll be a review, movie topic, reaction, pretty much whatever. But this is for a film called The Inevitable Defeat of Mr. and Pete, which I have never heard of this film. It was a pretty decent drama, where you have these two kids, one whose mom is played by Jennifer Hudson, and she is a junkie. She's a prostitute. The kid, whose name is Mr., he flunks out of class. He's got to retake it later. It's the summertime, and this other smaller Asian kid is living with them. And he's like, why is this kid here? And blah, 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 blah. And this kid pretty much trying to deal with his life day to day. Find his mom sucking dick in the bathroom. He really wants to be an actor, and there's this talent thing that he wants to get to in Beverly Hills, and he'll do a monologue on a Steve Buscemi scene, from Fargo. That's like the monologue he's going to use for when he does the audition. He watches Trading Places, and he memorizes the Dan Aykroyd role. Not the Eddie Murphy stuff, but he memorizes the Dan Aykroyd stuff. And then one thing leads to another, and the mom is arrested. They're afraid of child care services, so they hide. And then the rest of the film is them trying to survive during the summer. There's a point where the mom is supposed to be home, but she disappears, so he doesn't know what happened to her. And then trying to figure out how to survive. Whether by dealing with this grocery store owner who's an asshole, meeting this homeless veteran played by Jeffrey Wright. He's been in quite a few stuff. Has a few meetups with his mom's pimp, played by Anthony Mackie, who has a crazy-ass beard. Trying to buy food, but the card wouldn't work, and again, them trying to figure out what to do next. And it's one of those films, it's hard to review for me because did I like it? Yeah. The actors, especially the kid who played Mr. The little kid who played Pete, he got on my nerves from time to time, but the same bit, I think that was the point, because they got on Mr.'s last nerve from time to time as well. But yeah, the kid who played Pete is not the actor's fault, just the character. He would always ask questions. But again, even the lead kid was like, why do you always ask questions? I mean, I kind of sat here and I went, well, what am I supposed to talk about where technically not a lot happens, which on one hand is a benefit because it doesn't go into, in my opinion, cartoonish routes where all of a sudden they gotta defeat something and just they stole some art or they stole this or did this. It really is them trying to make it day to day. Whether the one kid, they get turkey from his fridge and they accidentally burn it, or again they're trying to buy food, the car won't work, and he sweet talks the worker, giving him a sob story, which I'm like, I'm sorry, that would not work. With the amount of fucking groceries you have, the guy's not just gonna let you have it. With that much shit, they would get fired. I know, I've worked retail in the past. If it was like one or two things, maybe, but then you probably get found out and fired. With the amount of shit, because the car wouldn't work, unless someone got the car working another way, and I didn't notice it. I'm like, he's not, so that was like one of those, that would not happen. So I thought it would be a movie that it would be more of a struggle for them to get food. But I'm like, how the fuck did they get all this? This is one who used to be friends with Mr. and then she tries to help him out. But then she disappears, just to showcase that, well, I guess she wasn't really much of a friend, or she backtracked, or I don't think we ever see her again. Just she says she's going to do one thing and that never happens. So I'm like, wow, what a... Just Mr. goes to see her and the girl goes, well, she moved. She left. So, just to showcase you can't always trust people. Jennifer Hudson does okay, but she's in the film pretty much at the beginning and the very end. Mostly it's these two kids. I guess with that kind of plot, I guess it sounds stupid, but I didn't see a tremendous amount of struggle. Like, there was struggle, but I guess for some reason I thought there'd be more set pieces or situations, or I don't know how else to put it. Things pretty much work out alright by the end. He tries to go in for the audition. Nothing comes of it. Maybe the movie was trying to make us think it was going to lean in that direction, but I'm like, nah, this doesn't seem like the type of movie that would all of a sudden be, oh my god, I won the audition, I'm going to be on TV. It just didn't seem like that. Unless it did that, and then it turned to Boys in the Hood, Ricky! Mister! Unless it turned to that. Which it didn't, so I'm... At least it wasn't that. Although I do like Boys in the Hood. But it wasn't like the little kid, For sometimes I was... With these kind of movies, you do wonder if they'll go in that direction. But I will say the movie was worth a watch, at least because the actors did their jobs well. And it was really nothing that spoke to me, I guess, or really nothing that maybe made more of an impact than other people compared to me. Something about it, it seemed like a plot that would have much more of an emotional impact. Like a powerhouse, impactful feeling. It was more subdued. I don't know how to put it. I'm just relating my feelings to it, where it was, the acting was fine. It kept me interested in the point of, wonder what's going to happen next. A lot of times just them hanging out in the apartment. Then the younger kid gets sick and his gerbil dies, and this one asshole gets his comeuppance with Anthony Mackie, which was satisfying, which I won't go into too much details of that. I mean, it's nothing big, but it's just, he was such an unlikable prick, and then when you figure out what's going to happen to this guy, it's like, and the Falcon's going to do it. that was nice. So, and there's nice little moments like the one cop says, "Hey, keep your head up. You keep fighting. There ain't no ceiling for a kid like you." And there's certain sweet moments like that. And I recognize the actor. I want to say he was the guy from Predators who died from the one. I don't know if that's the same actor. It might have been. Overall, if you looked at the trailer, I would say this. Watch the trailer. If it interests you, decent. It's a decent film. It's nothing that will stick with me in the coming weeks. But it's an interesting idea. These two kids trying to survive an entire summer on their own. And this is what happened. And maybe because it's kind of subdued, maybe that was the point, is that you expect to be these big, grandiose things, and it's not. So maybe that makes it feel a bit more realistic. Which I can understand that. But it just seemed like a movie that by the end I should have felt a bit more than I did. And a bit of a hard movie for me to review, so I know... I apologize, Devon, it's not much of a review, but I'm not much of a reviewer. But still, I appreciate the request, and overall, wasn't that bad of a film. Wasn't that bad of a movie. The kid who played Mister was pretty good. So, he had a good attitude to him, but he wasn't irritating or annoying. I wouldn't say he had a chip on his shoulder. If he does, you understand why, because what's going on with his mom and how there's barely any food ever, and fucking chastise his mom for finding her sucking dick in the bathroom, which I don't blame the kid for being pissed. So, with that said, thanks for watching. We'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.